Hello, hello. Hello, hello. Do you hear me right? Not too loud. Not too not enough. It's the first time I'm doing that, so that's totally new for me. I'm not even properly set up. So I don't even know how many people there are there. Oh, perfect. Perfect. All right. Okay. So hello everyone. I saw that we have 12, which is way more than what I was expecting. I'm definitely expecting that I did 1 or 2 people. So hello everyone. Welcome to this live PCG demo. I don't know what I'm going to do. My plan was to do a bookshelf. Yeah. Hello Wyatt. Yeah, so I was my plan was to do some kind of bookshelf, and so placing points to make it and have like some variables to modify the number of books, and also finding other to be able to like tilt them a little, and if we tilt them we need to remove the ones that are intersecting. So we're going to go with that. But if you have any questions in the meantime, I see a few questions already. So yeah, about PCG and edge load, that's some part I'm not very good at. I haven't played with edgeload at all, so that's always something that I push back to look at. There is so many things to look at in Unreal, so unfortunately I don't have enough knowledge of edgeloads. But from my understanding, there is just generating PCG first, then generating the edgeloads with a commandlet or whatever. So that's the only thing I know for now. So sorry. And about biome and PCG, not sure. Since the biome stuff was done by the tech artists on the PCG team, I wanted to let them like control what they want to show, how they want to show it. So they already have like a big documentation. So that was the plan. We'll see at some point if there is enough people that wants that we can do something with them. But for now, it's not planned. And so yeah, for the bookshelf, it's something we played a bit with the team. That's something I tried already. Then I'm gonna try again. I just deleted everything so we can start from scratch. So Okay, so let's try that. So the first thing I'm going to do is probably create a new actor, or like the bookshelf, something like that. The idea is that this is the actor that will like spawn everything. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to add just like a PCG component. And so I will also create a new graph. All right. It's going to set the graph. Put it into us. Okay. All right. So for the bookshelf, what we need is that. Let me open like paint or something. The idea with the bookshelf is that we will have like an actor that has a given point there. So what first thing you want to do is that we want to create a points that will be like this. So define with some width. Then we want to decide the depth of the point and so we have like the base that would be like just a simple cube, stretch cube. Can even be just a plane, that will be enough. And then we can define like the height of each level. And also how many times you want to repeat them. And we also want to have another point that is behind, like as a cover to the for the back of the bookshelf. And so the idea is that all of those planes or cubes, whatever, will be points, and then we can control them with PCG. And then finally, what we have is that on each plane, we want to add books like that. And so we want to control the density of books, and so it will depend on the width of the bookshelf. So it's pretty straightforward on the setup. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add all the properties I need. So we have like the width, the depth, yeah. I mean, the specialness can work, definitely. With my testing, actually, the specialness were not needed. Like, just simple linear selection was enough. But we'll see. When everything is put together, we can just play a bit with how we can put more randomness. Probably like randomness that is more believable, because sometimes when you have books that just sticks alone, it's not really believable. So the next one will be like the height per shelves. How many shelves we want, and some kind of density. For the width, 100. Here. Red, 3 shelves, density of what? 1.5. All right. So the first thing I want is get where my actor is. Is it true? I think actually create points would be enough. Create the first point on the original component so that change the bounds for it to be visible. Like first point at the center of the actor, which is probably what we want. The first point that we I'm pretty happy that so many people like PCG. It's very, I said that, motivating to work on the plugin when so many people are enjoying it. So thanks a lot for trying it and also finding bugs and ways to improve the tool. It helped a lot. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to play with the bounds. Basically, the bounds modifier changed the bounds. The bounds for now are -50, 50 for all the dimensions. And what I want is to flatten it. So it's something I picked up not so long ago, where I think it's easier to work with bounds first and then change the scale of the points to match the bounds. And so with that, you can have a visualization very quickly with the bounds and the debug. And then when you do the spawning with the static mesh spawner, it makes it matching perfectly first, but you can still debug without working with the static mesh spawner. For the bounds modifier, what I'm going to do is I'm going to set the bounds min and the bounds max. So for the bounds min, I want to have the width divided by 2 and width divided by 2 for there, so half width, and so half depth in between. So what I'm going to do is that we're going to get the width. I'm going to divide it by 2 or multiply it by 0.5. So create attributes for the constant. I'm going to multiply it by 0.5, and since we don't have the concept of local variables, what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a name reroute, which will play the same role as a local variable. So I have my half width computed there. I'm going to do exactly the same thing with the depth. So it's changing to depth. And half depth. Perfect. So I'm going to come back to here. I'm going to set back. Probably didn't have to do that. I could have just said something like that. But I still think I will need to get the width, so I will stick with that. So I will put back -1 everywhere and 1 everywhere. And so what I want to do is that I want to take the width. So the width will be on X, the depth will be on Y, and the height will be like in a. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do med vector. Create a vector 3. On X, I want my half width. On Y, I want my half depth. And then on Z, I'll just set the value by default. Let's say, so it's very thin point. I will set it to the bounds min and the bounds max. And since it's scaling, it will multiply the half width by -1 and the bounds max by +1. So if I stop the debug and bounce modifier, you can see I have something like this. I have my definitely what I want. And if I go there and I change the width to be 5 meters, you can see that it's just automatically changed it. So I have a way to create like some kind of planks, shelves. First. Yeah, I think for the generate at runtime issue, so I think it was fixed recently. I don't know if it make its way into 5.4, but yeah. I think we have not a lot of tests done at runtime. We've mainly focused on making it working in editor pretty smoothly, and runtime is like a side effect that we want to support runtime definitely, but I think we wanted to focus on making the tool ready for editor, and then when editor is working pretty well, like make some improvements into the runtime part. Okay, so for the shelf, I think we are in a good position. So we're going to put like 200. And so I have first my first base. So that's perfect. And then I want to duplicate it to make like multiple shelves. So there is the duplicate point node. Can change the direction, the point transform. Can we change that? No. For example, if I do it 5 times, it stack up this. And so if I add on the location, I want to stack 10 times. You can see that it's getting duplicated more and more. So the number of iterations is definitely just the number of shelves that I set up earlier. So there I put 3 shelves. And so shelf probably needs to be an integer instead of doesn't change a lot. Probably been like this. So for the override pins, you can hover the pin and you can see that you have the like a small. Sometimes you have like a small tooltip, and then you have the attribute type. So here, for example, it's int32, and the exact name is iteration with an S. So the bounce mean, you can see that it's a vector, and its name is bounce mean. If you have a boolean, like it's a boolean, it's the name is b direction applied in the relative space. So that's how you are finding exactly the name of the attribute. So you see, like if I do like, for example, attribute rename, then I want to rename my shelves to iteration. You can see that now it's called iteration, and so if I plug it into the override, it will work automatically because it matches exactly the name of iteration. If I change it to something else, you can see it doesn't work. So that's how you are passing multiple overrides in one go. You can stack the attributes and pass it into overrides with the exact name. All right, so now that we have this, we want to change the point transform. So the point transform will depend on the height that we want to have. So I will do like vector. Okay, so for the point filter, it's a bit different. This one is not overrideable. If you don't find it there, it means that it's not overrideable. So because in this case, underneath, it's like a big structure that holds all the types that are supported by PCG, and that's why it's not very easy to override it with the system that we have. So if you want to do a filtering with a value here, you don't want to use the constant threshold, basically. If you use the constant threshold, you use this value. If you don't want to use the constant threshold and you want to pass something, like for example, I don't know, my points here, I want to keep all the attributes that are, all the points that are above 100, and I want to target the position.z. I want to debug that. With this one. So you can see that this attribute here is used to do the filtering. And so that's the threshold attribute. It's not this value that is override. And if I change it, if I set to 150, see that it changes. So if you have like a dynamic threshold that you want to provide to the attribute filter, point filter, just pass it into the filter. So coming back to my duplicate point, what I want to do is like provide when I need to do the duplication on. So I want to do this like that. So with that, I've got a vector of this. I want to do a make transform. So the translation is this one. I want to set the rotation. For a few nodes, it's something that's not used a lot. But in a few nodes, if you have nothing connected to the pins, they can use a default value. If you hover it, you can see that there is a default value. So for example, in this case, the pin is optional and we'll use the default value if not connected is 0, which makes it easier to just create a vector that is 0, 0, 100 instead of plugging zeros there. It's the same thing for the make transform attribute. The rotation, if there is nothing provided, it's like rotation of 0. And for the scale, it's 1, 1, 1. So I can put it there. And that. I have no more debug, that's why I'm not seeing it. Right, so I can change the height level. 50. There we go. So we have all our shelves. And now we want to create the points that are on the two sides. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to get the create points, since it's still the points that is in the beginning, and I want to do add for the position. I want to add and I want to write the position to this one. So if I debug it, oh yeah, the points have no the points are very small, so change the absolute. Okay, so this one is at the right place, that's perfect. And I want to do exactly the same one, but this one I want to do subtraction. All good. Do I want to add the depth? Probably not. This one would be like the left panel. going to add half width on both of them. And I want to impact only the X position. So now they are at the extremities on both places, which is good. So from there, I also want to have the back panel. For this one, I want to add, it's not on the X, it's on the Y coordinates. And I want to add nope, I'm not using any geometry script. It's just point manipulation, basic math. Okay. I have my 3-point setup. For both my left panel and right panel, I want to do addition, and I want to it should be at the middle. Since it's the middle, I will want to compute the total height of my bookshelf. This would be like the number of shelves multiplied by the height of the level. To a name for route, it would be like height. And I want to do the same thing that the others with multiplication. About 0.5. So I want to modify the Z position on all of them. I want to do that for all of them with my half height. This and change the debug on this one. They are both in the middle now. So probably want to change their bounds first. So this one will be modifier. So it's the left panel. So the left panel I want to set yeah, my math are rusty. I think I've still need to use the X and Y, but just do the rotation. Better? No, I think it's easier to do it. So on the Z-axis, it's going to be the height. On the Y-axis, it's going to be half depth. And on X, it will be a small one. So I'm going to do the bounce min and bounce max and do the scaling. Which give me, okay, that's the right thing. And then if I add it, change the instance to this. All right. It's not bad, but I have a problem there. I think that's for this one. The bounds of the point is stacking up. Yes. So I probably need to subtract this value. Times 2. There we go. Not bad there. Probably have to play a bit like point sizes. Not that bad. I want to do the same thing for the left panel or the right panel. Finally, for the back panel, this one will be we'll change this one. I probably add a variable there for S1. So off width there. Have a bounce modifier. Yeah, I think that's good. I'm going to change the wireframe to see. Perhaps I can just stick with the cube, but to see it, I'm just going to do like noise. Just going to noise the color. And then I can do debug. Change the material to PCG debug color. they're all the same color, and that's because they have the same seed. If I inspect there, where's my seed? I have this seed, the same seed, and the same seed. So same seed will give me the same results. So I need to mutate the seed first. That will take the position and shuffle the seeds. So now I have different seeds and so different colors. Not bad. So I have all my panels. And I have all my shelves. Put it there. All right. So this I want to do static mesh spawner. We'll just spawn a simple cube. The material, I have like some kind of wood material. It's a very simple one. Like a texture with. That's definitely what I wanted. So now that the bounds are okay, we need to change the bounds so that they are applied to the scale. So what I probably need to do is to do division between the extent, scale and the extent, and right back to the scale. So it's 2. Is it the right thing to do? Dividing by the extent? Probably not. All right. Down to the extent. What? Yep. So it's not that I want. It's like the other way around. Extent divided by the scale. Okay, so now they're way too big, but they should be. Yes, that's it. So now I have to change the scale. So I need to multiply the scale by because the cubes already have like a dimension of 100, I guess. 1 meter or 1 meter. If I multiply it by 0.01, multiply the scale. Big. No. Okay. Very scientific mathematics. All right. So the idea is that we divide the size of the cube, which is 100. We divide this half a size so that it matches half the extent, basically. So when I'm dividing the extent by the scale, I get exactly the same thing as my bounds there. It's a perfect match. I can do the same thing for here. There we go. A nice bookshelf. So if I change the width, make it drawer, follows. Not bad. Well. So, you can see that if I just move my actor, it just follows. If I place another actor, I have another default one. So, pretty cool. Okay, so let's go back to just see exactly, do some summarization. Summarize. So this one is like computing half width. Here, depth. Go here. It's the duplicate points transform, which is yeah, per level minus 2 times the thickness. That this is modifier for shelves at the left, right, and back panel for that part. Done. This is the bounce modifier for them. With that, I have a height to place them at the right position. This is applying by 50 since the cube is good. The cube. Half gets hello. Yes. And so this is to bubble, which is match extents. All right. So this is what we have for the shelves. Now we need to add some books. So all my points there, all my shelves. I want to place book on all of them except the last one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the get points count, which should give me the number of points I want. I'm going to subtract 1 to get the latest index. And I will do a point filter. And I want to filter my points. I want to get all the points that are smaller. The last attribute for this one. So if I debug this, I have all of them. You can see that I have all shelves except the top one, which is exactly what I want. So here it's basically like all the shelves except the top one, which is the top one. Is the top panel. So, like, if I debug this one, you can see I have this. But if I change the number of shelves, I put it 5 instead, then I have 5 shelves and not the top one. I don't think I need to do that. I think just the number of shelves is enough. All good. So, out of this, I will add the position. Position on Z. You want to do the half height. Oh, it's not that. It's a hyper level. It's not the right height. All right, so 10.5. There we go. I have the points in the middle. Perfect. Then I want to match it to the height of this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the bounds modifier, and I want to make vector. Well, I want to keep the x and y. So the x and 1 would be 1. Won't change those. But I want I could. It's just that I wanted to put everything inside the same graph. I didn't plan to do any bookkeeping. It's pun intended. Okay, so bounce modifier, scaling with the bounce mat and bounce in. So it's filling. I don't plan to do any loops. Alright, bounce modifier. So just to debug them, I'm going to put this. So to collapse into a subgraph. Debug multicolor. Up. Just to see that we have the right thing. Yes. So yeah, 4 points are filling the whole shelf. Probably have to change the height a little. For now, I'm going to use another one, which is the split points. Is it true? Is it what I want to do? Guess it's not that one. Remembering correctly then. I just created it. It's just a subgraph. Just having a different seed, randomize the color, and then debug with the material color. Okay, so this won't be working for me, unfortunately. So I probably need to change this. Do we have to change the extent? Probably. I'm going to do something else. I will do it. I will create like one book here and then try to duplicate them along the axis. Would that work? I don't remember how I did it last time. I really thought that split point was going to work. Don't remember why I did that last time. Okay, so I'll probably add another parameter. There could be that. Spline will work. I think I did it with duplicate points last time. So if I do the width divided by that. Something like that. Number of iteration. That. And then I want to put my first point. Mouse modifier is 1, so probably do something else. Do the extents modifier. Where the extent is on X, it's going to be divided to on X, extent on Y. Same, probably. Here. What's going on? It's working. I have an error? Wow. Hey. Oh no, I see. See the problem is the source. I want to write back into the extent. Right. Okay. Because they are probably a bit too big. To think. That. Probably also need on Z. I need to subtract the thickness of my shells. Not intersecting. Yeah. All good. Okay. From there, I can add difference between the um, yeah, wait. So I put it. Position. X. They're on the left, but they are, yeah, way too. Subtract out. Subtract the book thickness. And from there, I want to do a point. Minus one direction. Yep. Okay, so it's too many. That's because I need to remove one. That one's too big. So if that, if I do it into wireframe, all right, that's nice. Okay, so I have one book on the edge shelf. So same thing as before. I want to multiply the scale. And then do division. Then divide it by the scale and right back to the scale. And then do the distinguish of okay. And so for my books, my cube. Not the same scale for that. I don't think I just have to okay. So I need to do some manipulation there. Probably need to have something that's like a vector multiplication, because the scale is no more. It's no more a cube. It's like a bigger. So multiply the scale by that. Let it 1 for now. Do the division of the extents scale into the scale. By spawning. Okay. I know they are too big now. Put 50 everywhere. On Z, it's probably a bit bigger. On Y. Probably need to do rotation too. Okay. Now they are floating. Very scientific. I think that's not that bad. Are they intersecting with each other? No, they're not. All right, that's my books. And so now let's play a bit with the density. Yeah, that's not bad like that. Just play a bit with the density. I want to add more books. Ah yeah, slider doesn't work. So let's create a new blueprint every time. All right. So that's one way of having a bookshelf. That's, I mean, that part probably needs to be like more precise. You probably can go into the get the approximate size. It's 33. The UI is not good. It should be like half of this. If I remember correctly, what you should do instead is just, yeah, what we're going to do. Get the point from mesh. Get the bounce. So this is the bounce max I want to multiply by. And with that, it's precise. I probably have to do the same thing. Where did that? Here. Yeah. Points from mesh to the cube. Multiply by the bounce max. All right. I mean, it's the same thing, but it's cleaner now. Yeah, I could also do that. The problem is that when you are spawning, you are spinning at the given position, and so in this case, for example, that's the position of where the mesh is going to be. And because of that, you are kind of stuck with having the mesh, especially if the mesh is centered. You have to do it to make sure that they are. It depends where the pivot of the mesh is. Like for example, in this case, the pivot is in the middle. I guess. I don't even know how to check that. Yeah, I don't remember how to do that. But oh, I guess I can do that with just put it there. Modeling. Pivot. Okay, so yeah, the pivot is in the center there. So if you you're going to spawn at that point. So if my point is on the bottom left, I will have to translate everything basically to make sure that they are the right position. So it's better to do the math on the extents, since all my meshes are centered. All right. That's it for the bookshelf. Very simple one. So I was like at the beginning to use like some kind of a splasher nodes. I don't know how we can, if it what's going to produce. So instead of using a linear selection, yeah, I don't know if it's going to work well. Since there are Polycaustic's not the right one. Tone noise. Good. I didn't play it a lot with special noise. I don't know if it's going to work like that. Yeah. Oh. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't played a lot with special noise. I don't even remember what its noise is doing, so might not be that produce the right result. At least what I wanted to do. Yeah, but I mean, I think the problem also is that with this, all my points are contributing. It's not contributing on a given line. So let's see. Can I do scale of 0? I can do this. I'm just playing with the values. I have no idea how they work. Oh my god. Yeah, sorry. I have to put on a bit how it's working, because otherwise I won't be much help. I simplify. What inspired me to do PCG content? I always wanted to try to do some tutorial on YouTube, and because I like to do some like teaching or help other people, and I don't have the courage to do it, or the time, or whatever. I the motivation. But when we decided that to release PCG, I just thought it was like my best moment to start doing videos like that, since we didn't have a lot of documentation. It's not a lot of people. It's like a new tool, so the knowledge on, since it was moving very fast, doing documentation was not where we spend our most time. So that was like a good timing to just start doing tutorials on something I know about, since I'm working on it. And yeah, and it kinda works, since I have like a few people that just join, and you are there, so definitely yeah. Yeah. I mean, we released as an experimental plugin, so it meant that we were expecting to change a lot of stuff, so to change the API, to break everything on each version. But we also were put in the spotlight with the GDC demo that we had in 5.2. So we're kind of in an awkward position where we say, hey, look at this nice product, but also like being experimental, meaning that there is no documentation and we are still actively developing the product. So I I remember at the beginning that everyone saying, "Hey, that's very cool," but I have no idea how it's working. So that's how I wanted to help a bit the community, and also starting building a community. And I think like a lot of people like joined on the Discord and on YouTube, which is very cool. And now we have like a small group of people that knows how to answer people, and then I can step down a bit, let other people answer, which is pretty nice. And I really love seeing people using the tool, so it's motivating to do more videos to show all the cool stuff we are working on. And it's also it's also useful internally with other people, like the testers or internal users. So it's also for them. So yeah, that's the idea behind the videos. For the spline meshes, it's something that we added in 5.5 recently. So it's not available in 5.4, but you could probably. I haven't played yet. It's something I need to work on. Like you probably can have like a blueprint class, PCG blueprint element. That's not the right place, definitely. Totally experimenting right now. I haven't played with spline meshes at all. So let's just create like an actor. Add a spline with spline that. Like that. Why is never the one I want? The search is never the one I want. All right. So get spline data on self. Spline sampler. For the spline mesh, let's see. On the spline mesh stuff, what can we do with spline meshes? Do we have like a spline mesh component, spline mesh actor? Can I add stuff to that? What can I do with this component? So it's like a start position and end position. How is it working with like a normal spline mesh actor? Yeah, of course I will pull it up to you. onto YouTube afterwards. I don't know if it's going to be like, and you hear me for 1 hour rambling. So, but yeah, it's going to be on YouTube. Is there something we can do with that? Like changing this, for example. Add another spline mesh component. Yeah, I think that's what we're going to do with... I don't think we can play without multiple segments, so one component per segment. I think that's what the limitation that we found when we did that. Yeah, I know. I don't think we have like a good solution for that right now. I guess that the idea behind that is that you have just one segment that handle the this. Right thing. Yeah, I guess you can try to do it like this. You can probably do your get spline data, do your spline a spline sampler, with like a certain number of I don't know, like distance and something like this, or perhaps just one segment, one subdivision is enough. Is it? One subdivision like this, perhaps 0 to get just the control points. And so you can just extract the tangent, your arrive tangent, the leave tangent. And then you can just do something like this where you expect class default, class settings, class default. You expect the input to be like a list of points. You have nothing out. Something like that. True. And can you just create like yeah, I probably think that you can either use the spline directly, so plug in the spline, or sampling it with the tangent. I guess it's better to use the spline probably, because if you have a spline, if you break a data connection, take the first one. Then you do cast. For instance, take data, break it, you get the data, and you cast it into PCG spline data. Get spline from that. We have given access to that. I don't think we even have access to that underneath spline. Yeah, I don't think you can get the spline of the spline data, which is bad. I don't remember. Check. Let me check. So we can't access it. That's nice. So yeah, I don't think, unfortunately, I don't think you can just pass the spline and get the spline out of it, which is not fun. I would have expected that you could have access to all of this, but you can't. So yeah, probably need to sample it before and have the tangent there. Then you can pass it to the spline mesh. Fine, your component, your not a node, custom nodes, and just gather like the cast point data. Then have like get points, and from them you can just do for loop. And probably spawn, use the position, and you can extract the tangent with the get vector attribute, pass the point, activate the data. And the name of the attribute is arrive tangent and leave tangent. Something like this. You can extract the tangent like that. Generate the spline component and use that. I didn't want to showcase like a custom blueprint, but I think you can just try it like this. So you have the arrive tangent, so you have the value there for each point. You have the leave tangent, and then so you can spawn the component and assign things. But I don't think it's like very well supported to spawn components with PCG. Will that work? I guess we have the manage component. There's one thing that needs to be done when you are working with like spawning stuff. And like in the case of you need to make sure that the PCG component knows which components were created, so you can delete them when PCG clears up. So there is like a PCG manage resource, something like this. Manage component. and you need to outer it to. That's very important that you need to outer it to the PCG component. So you need to do the. Where is it? The component. And so you have a managed component, and then you can add. Well, I don't remember the name of the function. But, okay, set generating component. So, for example, if you have like a spline mesh, spawn a spline mesh component, you need to add it to the manage component, and then on the component do add manage resource, add to manage resource, and add the resource to it. And it's important to do that for all the components that you are spawning, because if you are not doing that, when you do cleanup, PCG won't know the components that he had spawned, and so he won't delete them. So every time we do, here for example, a static mesh spawner, we create instance static mesh component, and all of them are added to the PCG component manage resources. And so when we do the cleanup, it knows that he can remove them. When we do a spawn actor, that's the same thing. We can add those actors to a managed actor, PCG manage actor, and then add it to the PCG component. So when we clean up the PCG component, the spawn actors, the actors that were spawned by PCG are cleaned up. So that's the idea. We'll definitely have a better way to handle Spline meshes in 5.5. We already have like a spawn spline mesh node, but we also will have better support for that in 5.5. That's something I'm going to work probably in the next month. Yeah, and they are important, and also that's also very important that you outer it to the component. That's something that you usually don't think about, outering object when you do blueprints. That's something that's like a deep concept. But the owner of the managed component needs to be the PCG component. Otherwise, it won't work. Yeah, but I think if you don't set the outer, it will be self, and so self will be like the blueprint element, which is not good. So I don't think it's the first in the stack, it's self. So probably the like the node itself, or like the instance of this node. If you have two PCG actors with the same components and graph set generate on node, yeah. Right now, they will be generated in the order they are loaded, probably. So when they are generated on node, when we do, yeah, when they get registered, they check if they are generated on load, and so if they are generated on load, they will generate. So it will be in the order that they are loaded, which is definitely not deterministic. I mean, outer in this case means it's the it's like the it's the owner of the object. The outer is the one that holds the reference to it, basically. So yeah, setting the auto is enough in this case. And you have to set the order. It is. I think. I don't think it's like the idea behind order is that it's you have like a hierarchy of who holds the pointer. It's basically that if you have something that is your outer, you probably will leave until the outer dies. I don't remember that. But yeah, for example, in the case of the PCG, you have the PCG graph, which is like the whole thing, and each node will have it be outer to the graph. And so also each node will have settings for all these settings, and so the settings will be outer to the node. So that's how you can also go up the hierarchy of ownership, basically. I don't think there is like this concept of owner in UObject. I think it's only ours. There's no owner concept. The owner is only for components and actors. But for UObjects, like normal UObjects, it's just a concept of owner. All right. I don't think you can get owner on UObject. I don't think there is like All right, I guess I'm going to wrap it up. It's been already like 1 hour and 45 minutes. I'm probably going to submit the graph to the repository of the tutorial. Probably add a bit more comments. I don't know why my comment disappeared. What happened? I added comments and they are not there anymore. Alright. Another bug. Yeah, also one motivation of doing videos is just using the tools to find bugs. Just using the tool. That's because when you are developing it, you are always like very narrow-minded on what you are working on, and so you can lose the big picture. So using the tool is a good thing too. When devs don't use their tools, that's not good. It's not healthy. I hope I answered all the questions. Let's go back to the shelf to finish. All right. I think I'm going to stop there. hope it was useful just to see me doing stuff. I don't know if it was useful. I mean, feels like it was way less clear when I'm doing it like that, because I was trying to figure it out on the go. So yeah, I hope it was useful still. I will put the replay on the channel too. And I will probably do that again at some point if I find another idea. If you have ideas of things to do, you can just post them in the comments. But for now, I will bid you goodbye and see you later. Thanks a lot for tuning in. I really appreciate it. And I'll probably see you on Discord. All right, bye.